Now, if you are a university student or maybe a college, or you're a student in one way or the other, or you just freshly graduated, or you're about to join, all right? Now, this is a thing that I want you to do, and guess what? You're gonna be a desperate for a job, and you're gonna got out of the university and you're desperate out there looking for a job and being broke and all those kind of things. You know what? I went through all those kind of things. So I stand here to give you a good testimony of what exactly you can be able to do. I had a very rough time once I graduated. And guess what happens? I used to have a very bitter life. I used to think like I'm poor because of the government, I'm poor because of my parents, I'm poor because of the university I went. And I remember there was a time people would say, hey, university we have, I mean, now in our country we have like I didn't go to the biggest university in Kenya. No, I went to the top 7 university in Kenya, but I didn't go to the top one, like the Nairobi University, like like the beast of the university. So people used to be like, you know what, those guys who will graduate, I don't know, from the Nairobi University, they're the one who'll get the jobs fast and all those guys. I mean, I came to realize it was all hoax. There's nothing like that. So the reality is this is what I'm gonna teach you, and be able to go ahead and do it step by step, and you can be able to get out of that university as an individual who has something by his or her own side. All right. And the only one thing that I want you to do for me, it's just like the video and make sure that you subscribe to this channel and leave me a comment. Let's get into the business. See, now let's say you've just joined university. For example, I'm making this video on May of 2024. University in Kenya, I usually join at September. So you have like 3 or 4 months to join to the university where you are right now. So the point is this. For example, just an average course in Kenya takes like 4 years. Okay, the point is, whichever the period of time it takes in your country, if you're watching me from outside the country, see, if it takes you whatever the number of years, commit yourself. This is when you join the universities. Let's say maybe you join the 2024 university. All right. Now the point is, you have the next 4 years to make or break your life. There are 2 things that I want you to aim for. Most of the students, I would say over 95%, I should even say 99%, usually target what we call the job. Because the university or the school, they just train you to be a job seeker, not a creator. That's for sure. All right. Now, the point is, instead of you getting to the university with this mentality of getting a job, and I'm not telling you should not have that mentality or should not even think about that. There's nothing wrong if you're working for somebody. For you to lead, you must follow first. Also have another aim that you're getting the next 4 years. It is also to create something. It's to create something. It's to bring forth something. It's to have what we call the independency. Okay? And this is how you achieve the independency. Okay? And this is where I'm gonna rub shoulders. And I know you have the feelings. You are a young person. Probably you are one who advocates for YOLO. You only live once, throwing party after party, and all those nonsensical things, because they are nonsense. That's very true. See, the point is, one day you come to realize it was. I never used to think so as well, okay? And I was so bitter when someone tells me that, and probably that's what you're feeling. Yeah, don't worry. See, now, point is, you have the next 4 years. Let's ask ourselves a very simple question. So 4 years, how many months do we have? A year is made up of 12 months. So you have like 48 months with you. All right, we have 48 months with you that you're gonna be in that specific university. 48 months, if you dare multiply this by 360 days, 65 days, you can just tell me how many number of days you're gonna have yourself. A number of, see, now the point is this, just imagine all that period of time, somebody somewhere probably is paying your rent, probably is giving you food, probably, yeah, I know you may not get everything from the parents, but largely, let's be sincere, of like 70% will get supported by the parents. All right, maybe somewhere you have to chip in something, but largely they pay the school fees, or maybe they do some rents and what have you. So there are a certain fraction of money that you get, and that's why you throw party right and left. So this is what I want you to do. Pick a thing that will work for you. There are a variety of things that you can pick for, okay? And the thing that I want you to pick, you can pick 2 things here. You can pick something like shares, or we can call them stocks. All right, or you can pick something, and I'm sharing something that you can be able to do with few hundreds, 300, 200, 500, 1,000, 10, whatever. Pick something else called money market fund, or this is what we call the unit trust, okay? Unit trust. See, pick either, or you can pick 2 if you have the capacity. This is what I want to do. Let's say pick an MMF. You pick an MMF and you tell yourself this. Each and every month, not even month, each and every, yeah, sure, you can say like each and every month I will be targeting to get, don't even talk about a lot of money, just talk even about 1,000 shillings, just 1,000 shillings. That's like 1,000, that's like $10, okay? Target only $10 each and every month. Whichever the money comes in, If maybe I'll get that money tomorrow morning, if I get that money at the evening, if I get that money on 21st, or if I get whatever, that first 1,000 will come from. Whether I'll get it from parents, whether I'll get it on the way, whether I'll go and work, whatever the thing it is, when I get the first 1,000 in any given month, that is a period of 30 days, that 1,000 bob, I'm gonna channel that towards a money market fund. And I'm not gonna listen nothing apart from that. I'm gonna put it in a money market fund. You can just imagine what's happening. The money market fund compounds monthly. The money market fund, they usually what we call the compound interest, and they do so monthly. Okay, you can just imagine how much you're gonna get yourself. So you save the rest of the 12 months, that is for 1 year. The first year you have yourself to 12,000. All right, you started when you had nothing, now you have something, and you excuse me guys, you have your 12,000 now. At the end of the year, you have your 12,000. Remember, this 12,000 now is giving you, let's say the money market fund is giving you an average rate of 13%. Some even give 14, some give 15, some even give 16%. So 16% of this, 13% of this, 12% of this, 13% of this. Okay, then you're still continuing, you're feeding this beast the second year, the third year, and the fourth year, and probably the fifth year if you're doing the medicine or whatever the thing you're doing. Even the sixth year, some courses go, even the seventh year, some courses even go for 7 years. Yeah, and some people get what do we call it, the 1,000 days or whatever the thing is. Maybe you get expelled. The point is, you keep on feeding that beast continuously, and you see what? You're not overstretching yourself. And some of you guys, I know you can even afford more than this 1,000. I remember very well, sometimes you could get a deal. We did school with things called HELB and what have you, the Higher Education Loans Board and what have you. We used to be given this money, and I remember very well, the moment we get that money, we used to queue in those places. They used to queue, for those who used to get that loan, they used to queue in those places, and you can just tell everyone's, HELB has actually come in. HELB is the loan that given by the government for you to go to school. So, and then you go there, you find people are eating soft, people are having nice times and all those. People even forget the normal dishes that they take. They have to throw parties on the weekend. You cannot even get people in the universities. They're all over the places. Because I schooled near to a big city, the third biggest city in Kenya, that is Kisumu. I schooled in Maseno University there, for those who know the place. So the point is, you find that these guys, they do have some cash. It's only that they don't know how to manage this amount of money. You can find them even making some mysterious calls back at home and asking for money for ghost things and all those things. So those are the opportunities that you take. Because let me tell you one secret, my brothers and sisters. Once you get out of that university, even this 1,000 bob you're asking for the parents, you ain't gonna get a dime. You're not gonna get nothing. I remember when I graduated, I wrote a business plan for my parents, and I told them they should fund me to start a business because they know there are no jobs out there. And you can just imagine what I was told. And I was so bitter by that response. And I was so bitter. But anyway, it is what it is. So I came to realize it's true. They were right during that particular time. Okay. So the point is, if you continuously do specific things, guess what happens now? You graduate here, you have yourself a degree or a diploma, whatever the thing that you're graduating with. Now, you know at the back of your head, oh my goodness, I have a couple of hundreds of thousands with me in a bank account. And guess what? That money is giving birth of small money each and every time. Can you just imagine the kind of a peace of mind you can graduate with? You know very well there is some cash I'm graduating with, and I have a decision. And you can even, and by the way, this is what I always tell people, don't think about business idea when you get the money immediately. The moment you clock your 4th year, the moment you hit your 4th year, now this is my 4th year now, in a year's time I'm gonna graduate. Now you start thinking, because you want to grow that money on a very serious note. I mean, seriously, if I let you put that money in a money market fund, unless for the next 30 days or something, no. Now, just try to think on how I can be able to hasten the period of, or hasten the acquisition of that, multiplication of the money and what have you. You start now thinking about the business. You ask yourself, I actually see some students who graduate and they still come back to that environment of the school. Maybe as you are learning, there was a place where you used to admire that business. Now you have the cash. You can be able to learn about that business, relate with those people. People already know you. The locals know you. Some your juniors who are behind you, they already know you. You are known out there. 1, 2, 3, 4. You know that place in and out. You know where you can get a space where you can be able to do your business. Probably you know even the villagers. You know the communities. You know everything about that specific place. You can even decide to go ahead and get that money. That is after the university, and you start a business from the same locality. So these are the things that you need to think about, because opportunities are always there. See, when you graduate, you have your degree. Yes, if an opportunity for a job comes in, don't touch that money that is in the money market fund, or don't touch that money that is in the shares or the stocks. You can continue now, get that job. If you happen to be a bit lucky, and then continue now feeding that money market fund crazily, because now the income is coming in. There is that continuous income that is coming in, no matter how much you're earning. Probably some of the guys who graduate don't start with huge amount of money. They start with like 10,000, 15,000, thereabout. Some are lucky, you know. Our doctors, they usually start with 200,000, that's like $2,000. Yeah. And the government is telling them, no, we cannot start with that. We can start. Anyway, I'm not gonna go the political way. So the point is, you continue feeding that beast. You continue feeding. By the time now you're clocking 25 years, 26 years, 30 years, now you already know, your brain has already been opened. You have a very big portfolio because you've been investing like for the last 10 years, maybe 15 years or something also. And you're still young. You're still a youth. You're not even yet 35, because in Kenya, you cease to be a youth the moment you clock above 35. So these are the things that you look them and you say, hey, guess what? This is exactly what you're supposed to do. Now, once now you get into this environment, either you can decide to go the business way or you can decide to go the job way. But the desperate that I usually find with students is that you have those small things like 200, you go play, I don't know, those games, you know, you have something, you go do the pool tabling out there, you have the 300 or 400, you go buy something there that is not even need, you know, it's all about dressing, it's all about being happy, buying phones, expensive phones, living a good life, others doing some funny things, and, you know, a relationship that is not even necessary, and you know, for example, if you're a man at that particular point, you got nothing. You have nothing that can please a lady. You're actually simping all over the place. You're just, because you have nothing that you can offer. You cannot compete. And that's why you cannot compete with the guys who are outside there who are making some cash. You are on your lowest value in terms of the income. That's a reality. You need to build yourself. You need to put your house in order. By the time now you're clocking 27, 28, 29, 30, that going there, that now you become a bit stable. That's when now you can take somebody's daughter somewhere and give them the nicest lunch, the nicest dinner, the nicest time. You can treat them, because at this particular time now you're struck. Can you imagine this? You are calling your parents to ask for a money, maybe to do something, and you know very well you're lying. By the point you just want to take your lady out there, it's like your parents, it's true, I mean, it's good, I tell you the truth, I mean, your parent is you know, is servicing you, you know. I mean, can you just imagine that, what I'm trying to say? Can you imagine your parents somewhere struggling the best that they can? Even if they're not struggling, I mean, who told you that the money that they're getting there is to make you have the fun with it? You're not supposed to do that. They're supposed to make sure that you focus on investing on these particular areas. For God's sake, you already know that there are no jobs even if you graduate out there. And those that are available, they are so much limited. You already know that. You don't need anybody else to tell you, look at us. We are not even doing the courses that we studied. We are not even being employed. We don't even have the job. You already know it is true. You see, this is not like a secret. It is out there and you're doing nothing about it, and then you're expecting a different result. You know, I remember we used to also to be told when we were at university that there are no jobs there, you know, there are less opportunities there, and very few of you, I remember we were 40 of us in our class, and our lecturer would tell us, I wouldn't gonna lie to you guys, maybe probably 5 of you or 10 of you will get a job out of this class. So the rest of you 30 will hang somewhere. You know, they don't have a job, you know, and will form the complainants, people who are outside the university. So anyway, we used to think like, probably I'm among the 10, probably I'm among the top 5, probably you're living with hope. It's okay, it's good to have a hope. And I always tell you people, hope is a good breakfast, but it's a poor dinner. Don't start with hope and end with hope. You know, it is good, and then it's good also to ask yourself, what if I'm not among the 10? What exactly will I do? You know, but if you're having this kind of a thing that I'm telling you now, the moment you're graduating, you already know, hey, if I don't fall under the categories of the 10 who will be lucky to get a job, at least I have somewhere where I can be able to start. If a job shows up maybe later in life, then I already know where to invest. It is true. And because let's just be sincere. Let's just be sincere. We cannot bank on other countries solving our problems. You know, we cannot bank on, maybe say on US. We are waiting for the US to create jobs for our fellow Africans. And then once you graduate, you go there. We cannot really bank for that. You know, and he who feeds you, yeah, that's correct. So it is good to make sure at least you become valuable to them. You know, but I don't know whether you know this. The moment you become rich and wealthy as a nation, the more doors are opened for you. You realize even in these great countries, the visas become free. You don't even need visas to go through those countries. But the moment you have more problems in your countries, you even get going to those countries become an issue, visa denials and all those kind of things. Like you people, you are just queuing in those embassies and consulates and whatever high commissions, and you're actually applying, you know, those visas left and right and what have you. But the moment you start solving, And this is an issue we solve them at an individual level, at a microscopic level of you as an individual. What are you doing? Are you responsible of your life? Before someone becomes responsible of your life, are you responsible by yourself so that at least you can do something? And guess what, guys? That marks the end of my video. But never forget this. This is a place where you come and we consume the information and we help each other, just like an iron sharpens another iron. So do we learn from each other. For now, it's a goodbye and see you in the next one. And don't forget, that number is always there on the description for the purposes of investment. All right? See you in the next one.